Hi guys. Hello, my name is Wysteria-Energy Twister, actually just Claire. And most people that know me know that I got my name, Wysteria-Energy Twister, from Spirit. Just making that clear. When I was contacting spirits, that's the name that they gave me, and I took it on as my own. And I have a guest. Would you like to introduce yourself, sir?
Hello, my name is Aiden Valley, and I come from the void. And basically, just kidding. Wisteria-Energy Twister and me connected on YouTube, and my AVLZ official channel with my collaborator Lewis. Hi, Lewis is right now having an experience with itself, and Wisteria found us, and we found each other somehow by spirit, as everything works like that in life. And
Yeah.
here I am. I'm a musician. I'm an artist. I'm a renegade. I am a lover. I am a poet. I am, uh, you know,
Yeah,
just
very
me.
creative as well. Yes, right. Because that's something I can relate to because I'm quite creative. So I will use my body to create like makeup, painting. I will do poetry. I will write music. I do all that kind of stuff, but just as a hobby, you're a lot more professional. But that's good. That's good. I'm just more as a hobby type deal. So yeah, I found them along I think it was about, oh gosh, how long ago? Months and months ago. I've been watching the videos on YouTube, um, and there was something in that music that I connected to. And there's not one particular song that I love because I don't think it's actually the euphoric. So the music behind it is very euphoric to me. It speaks.
Mhm.
And I know that if you're like me, you'll receive from spirit light language. Am I right?
Um, just like just like Michael Jackson said, basically, being a channel, being a conduit, is what we all are in our own way.
Mm.
It really depends on our state of consciousness, to how much we can embody God or embody spirit or any of these energies which are becoming available on Earth right now. And in that sense, I've had this gift, and I was honored to have this gift, and still am, even today.
Yeah,
And even though through my journey, a lot of people didn't understand what was going on with me, it was a journey that really is now blooming into something more than I've ever even expected it would.
right, right. So can I ask you then this bit of a odd question, but can you look back at yourself and can you see you've changed dramatically? I'm not talking about past lives, I'm just talking this one in particular. Can you look back? So I can look back at myself in my 20s and I see a completely different person, like I've evolved into something
Yes.
else. Yeah, exactly, exactly.
Yeah, it's an evolutionary process which cannot be stopped. I mean, whether people in the third dimension or higher dimensions, they're all evolving in one way or another. It's basically like that. So how I evolved, it's very interesting how I evolved because I've had so many interesting experiences. Some were over the top, some were just plain horrible, but most of them taught me a lot. So they made me more stable, more grounded, more courageous, and in a way, the way I am, because we all embody the way that our consciousness is able to embody ourselves as us.
Yeah,
So in a way, we are not the bodies, but we're like this light light harmonics of the consciousness of something that we soak from the external world, but also from the monad, from the soul
right.
itself. But
Yeah.
we are always becoming more of ourselves, which is
Yes.
beautiful, and I think that is exactly the point. I've become more of who I really am.
Yeah, it definitely because and you can look back and see I know I can look back and I can see it, but at the same time, my light language, when I started with my light language, I mean, it doesn't mean anything to anybody else, but it does to me. And I instantly connected with the Lemurians, and that's sort of, I go that far back, I think. But I've had others that I don't remember all my past lives, but I've definitely evolved over time, that's for sure. Um, do you think there's anything to the fact that DNA plays a part in where we're from, as in what time period, what planet, what dimension?
Hmm.
Do
Well, good question.
Mhm.
Um, so I do remember, or I have started to remember Lemurian lives as well, of course. It was the first time Lemurian and Atlantean civilizations were the first, actually, not the first, but one of the first
Yeah,
great civilizations, which were the building blocks to what we have on Earth today. And the Earth transfer became available at the time of Lemuria and Atlantis, and it's a very multidimensional way of how all of this played out. And the divine feminine was truly embodied on the planet at the time because the goddess was at her birth. The cycle was appropriate. The creator gods and goddesses who decided to generate or accomplish and create what they did on Earth invested their genetic material. We all did. I was one of them, and I'm still here, and so are you. And it was great because look at what we've truly created. It's something amazing, and the starts of it were where the goddess or Gaia energy was much more present than it is right
yeah,
now.
yeah.
Uh,
She's been
and
through she's been through a lot, I think, especially through time, She's
yes, I
yeah,
mean Earth has been through a lot. Gaia is in the higher dimension. She's only a caring mother to all of us.
yeah,
Just like all the women I know are caring and loving and but at the same time it hurts me so much. I mean, even if I see my mother, if I see my other women, I don't want women to be broken anymore.
right.
I am so
Yeah,
tired of that as a man,
yeah,
and I've seen this patriarchy of rulers on earth today, the patriarchy of the emotions being locked in the penis, and I'm not kidding.
yeah. No, it's true. It's very true.
I'm not kidding. I mean,
Yep.
it's really tormenting that all these egos have to fight against each other, and we kind of have to be fed by all of these things.
Yeah.
It makes one really redefine all definitions that we know about the world of what criminality really is, of
Right.
what ego really is, of what time is. Um, so
Time
I
and
believe that
distance.
now that the goddess is coming back, I think she wants to take all of her children with her,
Yeah, of course she does.
but she isn't going to wait any longer.
Well, I was at the point where they brought me back to life, but when I came back, I only came back because I was told I wasn't finished doing what I needed to do where I am. Because I wanted to stay there. I didn't want to come back. That's how nice it was. Um, but I ended up back because I had unfinished business to do. But when it comes to the earth, I am extremely connected to the earth. I I am a woman that is not ashamed to be naked under the moonlight, for example. I will cover my body in dirt in my own garden, and I'm not ashamed of that. And I think that over time, there's been ideas placed, just like we say time. I don't believe time. I mean, time's a man-made thing. It is. Man
I
put this.
mean, I will tell you one thing. Any day could be any day.
Right. Yeah, exactly, exactly, exactly. Yeah,
anytime could truly be any time.
right.
So in that sense of the word, it's just incredible how we are taught how we are
Conditioned.
how we are taught to perceive time. And I can explain this to you very well.
Okay.
What I'm doing with AVLZ official is that I want to present an alternative media, an alternative program, an alternative programming, which will be efficient to drag people out of their miseries, out of their traumas, out of their fears, because someone needs to do it. And
Yeah,
I see that if I do it in my field of consciousness, that me as a starseed, I can do so much more. And it doesn't mean to do in a third dimensional sense. It means by being love, by being peace, I will have beliefs about myself and the world which aren't the ones that are implanted for the sake of neurologically controlling the
right.
population and
Yeah.
putting them down under the collective consciousness into fear states, etc. That is something that I'm very aware of, and this phantom cyber world that has came onto this planet will not be able to survive on the higher frequencies.
No.
And what they're doing to people is that they soak people into a certain time. So time can be distorted, time can be stretched, time can be worked with, as we all know.
Yeah.
So, in a sense, what they're doing with all these media coverages and what they're doing with all this stuff right now, they're ushering an era of self-serving, scientific, monochromic, artificial um, darkness, which they are not even aware they are they are in this. So that these people actually need help. These people are not here to be condemned, because Gaia obviously loves them as much as God creator loves them, so they're still here. We're
Mhm.
always frustrated, why isn't anything changing? Well, it will change, but we have to change within us.
We
We have
do.
to, and we do, and we are, and that is really amazing.
Yeah.
And with AVLZ official, I wanna drag people from that. I want to give them peace. I want to give them love. I want to let them know that they're not alone and they have never been. So
Yeah, no, and I can see that through the music anyway because, if people go and watch your videos and listen to the music, those that need to understand it will understand it, and those that don't understand it, you soon will, is what those are my words to you. If you actually take time to go and listen and watch, you'll understand. But you are on YouTube, but you also now are on Spotify, are you not?
yes,
Yes, you are. And what is it called, and where can we find you on there?
so it's
Yeah,
Aiden Valley, and AVLZ official. It's
and
both is on
the music
Spotify.
that's the music that's released on Spotify,
hmm
that's your new stuff. What's your take on that? Where did that come from, and where are you going with it?
Well, my biggest wish, first of all, was to have my music out there first. It didn't really matter to me how much out there. However, I did fall for the trap of being like Michael Jackson, being like Madonna, being like these people. But in that way, I have only wanted to accomplish someone else's dream or be like someone else. I've realized that my path is different. In that way,
Right.
I have to adjust to the way that my own unique sovereignty wants to express itself at the time. Uh, so yeah, and I am signed to a deal already.
That's
I
brilliant.
got signed in 2020 already.
That's
So by the
fantastic news.
beginning of, yes, and they're waiting for the right time, and a lot of people in my collective of my communities, we're all waiting for the right time for things to move forward, of course. And yeah, I mean, it's an open platform. I believe that the internet should become even more open when it comes to certain regards of freedom of speech, etc. I believe it should be even more open and more free than it is right now. But at the same time, I am very looking forward to the future, and I'm seeing great things develop once people discover that they can yeah, just be themselves. Because my goal is really to just focus people back to themselves.
Right.
So
So these Wild Magic that I listened to, I actually really like that song. Where did you get the idea from for it? Where did the
I
ideas
mean,
come from?
I told you, let's round it up. I'm from Atlantis and Lemuria as well, in a way. So those are all light codes which I have in my DNA. And the only difference between me and other artists is that I am decorrupting myself. I am not trying to showcase an illusion. I'm not trying to pretend that I'm better than you. I'm not trying to pretend any of those things. I am myself, and my DNA and my body and who I am is my melody, is my harmonic
Right.
resonance. It's my melody, it's my song. I am a song.
Yeah, of course.
And what kind of songs are they selling to us for decades and years? That's not the song that my heartbeat wants to dance to.
Mm.
And that's
No.
just how it is. And a lot of people are in resistance right now. A lot of people are scared. And what happens when people are scared? You know, they 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 get lost, and I just, with my music, I just want to give people more hope
Yeah,
for the future, and to let them know that this peace that they're seeking for in going shopping or dating sites or in whatever they could achieve, it is within them. And
absolutely.
the organic manifestation they can achieve through that is if it's first within.
Yeah,
And
exactly,
that's what I
exactly.
wanna support.
And that's fantastic. I mean, um, we essentially are vibrations anyway, and I feel vibrations. So when the earth, when its vibration increases, I feel it within myself. If I go to a particular area and the vibration changes, I can feel it. I know that it's happening. I can feel those changes, and that's kind of like music because that's vibrations as well. Do you feel vibrations through your body like that? Because that's how like they go through my body.
Yes.
Yeah.
I
Have
mean,
you ever had so for example, one example would be that I was vibrating so high that my spirit left my body and ended up with these light beings who then returned my soul to my body.
mhm.
And that was through vibration. Yeah.
Well, we are being conduits for energy, whether we want it or not.
Mm,
We are not separate from energy because energy is all that is.
yeah.
Energy is God, and God is love. So if I wanna be or embody God in any way, as you see, it's been quite successful. But if I wanna be God of something, I wanna be God of love. And that's what I can express through my conduit, through the music I create.
Yeah,
And
definitely.
right now through the videos I do. So
Yeah,
that makes me very happy. And of course, you know, um, I am I can carry a lot of energy within me, and it's like carrying a torch or like a white flame,
yes,
and and that's it. I mean, I've realized that now that I know that I can only go within to look
right.
for anything that I really truly need in my life. Now everything will change
Yeah,
because we Pleiadians, or me, how much I don't even remember, but I do remember, um, we are masters of space and time.
yep,
We use the power of the sun when we're initiated,
yeah.
like Jesus did, for example.
I mean, today
And
I still
yeah,
do that. I use the moon, I use the sun, I use the earth,
yes,
I use the
yeah,
elements. I still do it now, so I know because I still do it. So it's not something
so
I've
good.
ever, yeah, it's not something I've ever grown out of. It's an automatic thing for me to take the power from the elements that we are in. It's something that I've always done. So I've never really not done it. In fact, to not do it would be abnormal to me. Yeah, but that's just how I am. Not everybody's like that, you know.
It's beautiful. I'm curious, what are your specialities? I mean, what do you specialize in when it comes to Wicca or even witchcraft and sort of things I've seen, and I think it's very beautiful. I think it's very impressive. So, what would you say
I'm
is
not a
your
Wiccan.
but I'm curious, what is your favorite field in the whole what is going on right now? What is like busting your mind open the most?
I think with me, and I'm just going to be honest, at some point in my past life, I was burnt alive for being a witch. And my thing is that I have seen so much, and this is gonna, and I don't mean it to come off as being feminist or anything like that, but I've seen much damage come from man to woman. Let's just say that. I have seen people conditioned to believe certain things. I've seen people conditioned to even walk a certain way or, eat a certain food. And now I'm seeing things break free of patterns, and I like that a lot. But what I like the most is I am very much, I want to empower women. That's where I fit in. Everything that I do, I try and do to empower a woman because I don't want a woman sat there, I'm too fat, I'm too ugly, I'm too skinny, I'm too none of that matters. Don't you thinking like and it doesn't, that's not what we're about. So
In a
my
way,
main
you're tired too of women being presented as
I
broken.
am, I am, but men can be as well. Men can be as well, and maybe it's not such a talked about thing that men can be, but it works both ways, and we both have masculine and feminine. We all have that within us. We have two sides. I definitely have. I know my shadow self. I know my shadow self very well. I have integrated my shadow self, and I accept my shadow self. And that's something else that people need to accomplish is that we are not all light. There is some dark, but within that dark, you can find light. That's what's important.
As
Is
long as they dance.
yeah, bring them together and make right. Exactly, exactly. So what I what I want to see is I want to see love spread. I do. I want to see people be more confident about who they are, what they have within them, and I want to see them realize their potential and power within. I want that to happen because everybody has it. They just need to be aware that they have it and learn and understand. That's all. That's all that's needed. And I think that's where you're going with your music. I'm not a Wiccan, and people think I am. I am the last generation of the English rose-blooded thorn witch because that's what I was brought up, initiated into from a very young age. But there's none left. There's only me now in the family, so you
Mhm.
know. But that was all about empowering women. That path,
Congratulations for everything.
not
No, really.
there yet. Not there yet.
I believe that even the concept of the journey is an illusion. You've been there yet. It's just your consciousness. At that
Mm,
point when you're there, your
yeah.
consciousness will be there.
Right. Right.
And then you're
Exactly.
there.
Right. Exactly. Exactly. So,
No, proud of you. I'm proud of
what
you.
would you suggest, Aiden, if someone came to you with questions about their inner self, you know, and they wanted to learn more? Do you think you'd be able to guide them along the right way? Do you think you could give them advice? Are you willing to do that? Is what I'm asking.
Well, of course. I mean, I've been in a way being practicing that for a long time, and I'm quite good at it. I'm good at discerning things. I'm from my experience 95% right, however, not always. And in the concept of being right, which I don't even know why I'm talking about, but in a sense, I'm very empathic. So in that way, I can sense, I can feel, I know
Right.
things. So it's
Yeah.
more like this fifth dimensional knowing rather than than even accepting what is being presented, but rather really downloading and feeling, you know. The thing about men is that we need to feel. If we would feel, we would have compassion and there would be no wars. There would be no ego battles.
Right.
But the male is deformed and doesn't feel. He is angry. He wants to dominate like a chimpanzee
Yeah.
or worse.
Yeah. Yeah. It's
You
true. Yeah.
understand? And now, for the first time, Aiden Valley is feeling, and oh Lord, how much I have just told
Yeah.
my feminine to store and feel. Just feel, woman, feel for me. You
Yeah.
know, this woman inside of me, she is getting a rebirth, and she is very happy for
Good.
that
Good.
because now I can carry the both flames within me
Yeah.
with
Yeah. Exactly.
pride and
Yeah.
regain my sovereignty again,
Yes.
because only through humanity's sovereignty can humanity regain that for once what once was taken,
Yeah.
you
I,
know.
I agree. I do. What? So, I mean, obviously, if anybody does want to ask Aiden any questions, you can go find and ask him, and he's willing to help guide you. Well, that's what I do. I guide other people along their
i'd like
path,
to I'd like
along
to
their way. So, um, but what do you see happening in the future? And I know that's an hard question because we can't say we know what the future. But what do you see as a progression within your music, let's say, but within Earth itself?
Hmm. mm, I see. How would you connect my music with what is happening to the world? Well, that's a good question, actually. Hmm. Well, I think the world is not broken. I think the world is as it is because it's a school, first of all.
Yeah,
And in a way, this community and everything that is dense and third dimensional is what constitutes the illusion. Because we know that something is not right.
oh yeah,
We don't speak about it. We move along with it because we're trained and conditioned to do so.
yeah,
However, this third dimensional illusion is an illusion. The world isn't an illusion. The world is real and solid in one sense of it.
yes.
It's about reinventing. I think the earth needs to reinvent itself. I think we need to reinvent itself. I think in a sense, divine plan cannot be stopped and the evolution is going to continue. And the earth is, or Gaia, she she is rising. Even her frequency is right now even higher than what I can bear as a star seed.
Yes.
But it's okay. I wouldn't bother. I would rather cry for her to do so. Whatever I can do right now is just to help her rise and to transmute or align myself to the transmutation she's doing, to call my violet flame dragons and wreck the whole city up.
Mhm. Yep,
I will do it.
yep.
There's no stopping me or Gaia right now, or you and your girls and
There
us.
isn't. Yeah,
There's
you're right.
I'm just tired. This is not gonna be a cyber phantom universe where people are zombified, and I'm just not gonna let that happen.
No, no, because it's been happening already for quite some time, let's be honest. And again, that's through conditioning and media and all the other stuff that they shove in there. So, would you say that you would be happy if your music aided others to realize their potential self? That's one of your main goals, right? Is for your music to be able to help others realize what's within them.
Well, Just grabbing a coffee.
Mhm.
um, yes, I mean, when it comes to music, I want to build up a community of people. Like basically, every artist needs to have his fan base. So, um, I want to present to the world a different format of music where they can connect to an artist
Right,
in the field of the grid of Earth,
right.
and they can connect to him. They can connect to his being, not in a sense that they worship him in any way, but that they can build communities and they can. It would be a very mystery school thing
Yeah,
because
yeah,
it's a very esoteric. It isn't like what I'm wearing now, very cyberpunky. I think it's rather like white shirt, jeans, bringing poetry back, bringing everything from all the time sectors of Earth that
yeah,
ever existed, bringing all of that glory, majesty of the goddess.
yeah.
I don't want to be this male, super hot,
Right,
kinky
that's what I
guy that
was
everyone
yeah,
wants to worship. This is not who I am.
right,
I'm
that's
someone who
the
is
point.
witty, smart, playful, and doesn't expect anything from anyone. Just have fun. Don't forget
Right,
to have fun. Don't forget to have joy.
right.
And it's about this playful, dreamy music because it's our dreams that have been taken away from us. I'm not going to lie to you. Our dreams have been taken away from us. How long do we have to watch these win, 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 fight amongst each other, win, fight amongst each other, more money, more money, more bitches, more
Mm,
money, more children?
children.
What is going on?
Yeah, I'm
Wake
past all
up.
that. Are you past all that? Because I know I am.
Exactly. I'm also past all that
Yeah,
because I'm not going to fight against ridiculousness.
no.
I'm above that
Yeah,
in a sense of it's fine. But I have realized there's another timeline which I am going to be a part of because I'm not going to consent to that and I will take my power back. But can you imagine how many people out there don't even know that they have this
they
choice?
don't. That's
Exactly.
yeah, exactly that. That's right. They don't know. They don't know yet. Um, they don't know yet, but there is still time. There's still time for them to know. And yeah, you're right. The Earth itself, its frequency's been increasing slowly, but now it's at a point where the Earth's energy is really increased, and people can see that. That's factual evidence. You can actually go research it, and you'll find out that the Earth's energy, a force, a frequency is way up, way up. They can actually go look at that themselves because it is out there to find. But yeah, the point I was getting at is that you're not like I don't know, how do I put it? Like, take that deal, like, you're not the boy bands that are like, "Oh, I want my fans and I want to be adorned," and it's not like that with you. It's completely spiritual. It's separate from anything like that, isn't it? It's all a spiritual level for other people to gain their power and know who they are.
I mean, I want to be an artist that presents to humanity a multidimensional way of living.
Right.
I want them to know that they are so much more than what they have led to believe they are. And with my example, I am being a way and the path once again, or like Mr. Jesus, I am here because I'm not giving up on humanity. I
Right.
mean, I came here to for this cycle to experience all that I have experienced in duality, but it's time for graduation and I'm going to lead humanity. I already in a sense graduated when it comes to karma, when it comes to many
Yeah.
different things.
Yeah.
So now it's time to create. I am the creator. We are all creators. And
Yes.
the sense that we get from all
Oh,
of that creating when we can utilize our creative mind to help others, to be
yeah.
of service.
Oh, yeah,
Um,
definitely.
and it could be actually fun. It could be loving. And once humanity just doesn't feel like dealing with fear, and and that time will come. That time will come. Earth is not just rising in frequency. Earth is being bombarded by high frequency light, and she is merging dimensions. She is merging our bodies. She is cleaning at the same time. She's cleansing. She's healing from trauma. World War.
Yeah.
Nuclear bombing and so much fear. These healers, for example. I'm not judging anyone. I'm just saying what I know. Send it to the earth. If you want to heal something, just send it into the earth. She's gonna transmute it.
Mm,
This was always so innocently seen by me. I would always send my whatever I didn't need onto the earth. But hey, why would you want to do that? I'm like, when I spoke to the Arcturians the other day, why would we want to send all our fears into the earth? Because no one knows how to transmute it. Oh well,
mm.
all right. you know,
Interesting.
and what
Yeah.
she needs is unconditional love. What she needs to receive is love from her children. She needs to
She does.
know that her children aren't just here as a kindergarten, which are fighting for their toys,
Right.
but but are also here to in a way acknowledge her for what she's been through, acknowledge each other, to see each other, to accept the diversity this planet presents to us, and
Exactly.
that's all people need to do.
Yeah. And I agree because I mean, I love the earth unconditionally. I'm extremely close to the earth. Um, yeah, really close to the earth. In a way that people think I'm strange, but I'm not. So, I am who I am, and I am very close to the earth, and I'll always be that way.
Something I can learn from you.
It's just that I love the earth, like, and it's hard to describe the love because it's almost like she is my mother. I love her as a mother to me. I cry with her. I laugh with I like there's so much. It's really hard to explain because the feeling's quite deep. It's very deep within me what I feel. So I do understand a lot of what you say, obviously. Um, but is there anything else that you would like to add before we end?
Yes, it is quite crucial for people to understand that the earth is a living being. She has a soul, she has an aura, she is alive. We wouldn't be alive if she wouldn't be alive. And people have to understand that doesn't matter who wins what war, that the earth always loses.
Yes.
And that's what we at some point, very soon, as humanity aren't going to tolerate.
No, no, we're not. And you're
And
spot
I'm
on.
saying this with unconditional love for all of those who think that can manipulate consciousness in such an extent the earth isn't going to permit us. I can just sit back and watch.
No, no. Yeah, and you're
And
right.
thank you for being with me in this. And thank you
No,
so much.
it's great to have you here, quite like-minded anyway, and I do understand a lot of what you're saying. And you're right, the earth, she is alive, and without the earth, we would not exist. So that's how important she is to us. We need her, and we should show her that we love and need her the way that we're supposed to, and not like we are doing. It's insane, some of it, very insane.
Yes.
But yes, that's going to conclude this, guys. And thank you for tuning in and watching. I hope you got some insight into Sir Aiden. I've been a fan anyway, and you can find him on YouTube. You can, they'll be able to find you on YouTube, right? And they can also find you on new material on Spotify.
Don't
So
come to my apartment.
no, don't. No, but
I'm
social
in
media.
Japan. I'm in Japan in my head.
Yeah. But you can find him. He's on YouTube, he's on Spotify, he's on most social media places. You'll be able to find him. Yeah, thanks for listening. And I hope that the star seeds out there, and I know there's a lot of you that are still arriving, you'll find this because you will know straight away that this is for you. And those that are still searching, it's here. It's right here. It's happening now. Get ready. Thank you all, and many blessings.
Thank you, Wisteria Energy Twister. Love you.